You'll get an extra $50 for every. Make sure you pass out the book stand this time. The first sticker you get will be for gluing in, updating your table of contents, and then you should be working on your due now. see people finishing up their due now, so we can go ahead and start class. Alright, tables that have their agendas put away, and all they have in front of them is your math notebook, your homework book out, and then your student book. Alright, Johnson Hall, my guys are good. Norris Hall, yep. Make sure your area looks nice and neat, so if your books are crooked, just make sure they're straight. Yes, that's good now. Tires and field, you guys look good, and then clap library. Yep. So let's go ahead and start class. Alright, remember, don't lose your glue sticks. Make sure that you put them away as soon as you use them. Alright, our objective. We have to meet in professional voice. I will be able to.
I will be able to.
Add and subtract decimals.
Add and subtract decimals.
To the hundredths place.
To the hundredths place.
So today we're going to look at how we can add and subtract decimals using the standard algorithm, and also using our strategies, the give and take strategy and the constant difference strategy. So we'll look at both of those today. You guys have a group test on Thursday, and you also have your final unit test on decimals next week. So it's your last chance to really practice. Alright, so right now our agenda for that is we're going to look at homework from last night. We're going to look at our do now problem in front of us. And then we're going to be taking some notes and get some practice in before we finish with the next one. So right now, homework for tonight, you're going to skip page 53 because page 53, we haven't really practiced it enough, so I'm not going to have you guys do that page. So we're going to go on to page 54. And so you'll do that page instead. And then for last night's homework, go ahead and grade your own homework silently. If you missed an answer, just circle and put the right answer there. Real quick on you. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
1, 2. Eyes on you.
Alright, thank you Adrian for your eyes. Thank you Mackenzie for yours. Gerald, eyes up here. So this is our pass. Over Thanksgiving break, my pass disappeared. There's cleaning happening, so I got a new pass. I put these pieces together. This is a macro if you ever had one. And so make sure this pass, we take care of it. So it would break if you held it, you swing it, hit it against the wall, hit it against a person. Don't do that. As soon as you get the pass, just put it around your neck and then go to the restroom. Now, if it's around your neck, it shouldn't be wet either because you're washing your hands. You're not holding the pass, it's just around your neck. So I should see you leaving and coming in with this around your neck. So let's keep this pass nice and cute. Alright, thank you. Alright, so you guys should be grading this. And then if you need more time, give me a thumbs down. If you need more time grading it. Okay, we have 2 people have thumbs down, so I'll give you more time. Alright, let's go to the next problems. So for this one, can someone tell me, how would I find volume for Tanya's box? What do I do to find the volume, Marlo? Multiply what? There you go. So you make sure you multiply the length, width, and the height to get that volume. Now for 9, how would I find out how much more it ran on Tuesday than on Monday? What do I do with these mixed numbers? Rachel? You subtract them. We're not going to go over the problems in depth. Just make sure if you want to find the answer for volume, you multiply. And if you're finding the answer for how much more it was, you would subtract to find that difference. So go ahead and put your homework book away. Sit and slant. The first 3 tables in slant will get scholar on right now. 50 scholar. The first 3 tables in slant. Homework books away. We're going to be looking at our do now. So this is the first do now that we've done that looks like this. So this whole week our do nows are going to look like this. So we're given a problem, we're going to figure out what mistake or what error did someone make when they're adding or subtracting decimals. So for this first one, who can identify and explain the error that this person made? Adrian.
They didn't put the zeros, and so like they didn't do like 0.0 thousand. 0 and 0 thousand. Then 0 and 17,000.
Alright, so the number is 17 poles. You don't want to change it to 17,000. So that's not the mistake that the person made. What mistake did they make, Christopher?
The 17 is in the wrong place. It's supposed to be a whole.
Exactly. So what Adrian was saying was that I saw a few people put this on their papers. They put like this and they still added it up. That wasn't the mistake. The mistake is that 17 is a whole number. So where would it go, Christopher?
I don't know.
Yes, where would I put it if I was adding it up?
17 and then
Where would the 7 go?
in front of the decimal point.
Okay, beneath what number?
3.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. And then what can I do behind the 17 to even it out? What can I put beside? I can put my zeros, and I'm also missing something else. What am I missing, Damian? My decimal. So then now we can add it up. So who can tell me the final answer? If I add it the correct way, what's the answer? Laura?
17 and 0 thousandths.
Okay, yep, that's 17 zero thousandths. Now I want to add them up for my final answer. Thank you, Earl, for saying that. Andrea?
20 and 984 thousandths.
There you go. 20 and 984,000. So the error, we're going to put what Christopher said. So if you got this wrong, make sure you correct yourself. 17 is a whole number. And in the wrong place. Now what strategy can we tell someone who's adding decimals up? What can we tell any person to make sure they don't make that mistake? What would you share with them? How can they make sure they add them correctly? What can they do, Naomi?
That if you just like if you see like just a regular number with a decimal point, you should always put it.
Yeah, a whole number. If I don't see it, I can put my decimal point at the end. Alright, what else would be a strategy you can tell someone? Esteban?
To always make sure you're putting the numbers in the right place value.
Great. So how can you make sure they always put the numbers in correct place value? What can they always do? Look at what we did. What can they always do? Nathan? Check the what?
Double check.
Davia?
Make sure the decimal points are added up.
Great. So share a strategy to make sure they have the same or the correct place value, or to make sure they line up the decimals. So share a strategy. Line up decimals to have correct place values. And like Naomi said, if it's a whole number, you don't see a decimal point, it's always always at the end, right there behind it, and that can make you solve it correctly. So make sure, scholars, that you have this on your paper. I saw a lot of people who left their papers blank because they were unsure. Or if you put the wrong strategy, make sure you correct yourself. And once you do, put it back in the folder like Patterson Field and sit in slant. You just do that. I still have a few people writing it out. Once you're done, put it in your folder so I know that we can move on. Alright, so waiting on 2 more people. Don't move on ahead, Andrea. Alright. So we're going to move on to our interactive notes, adding, subtracting decimals. So open up your notebooks to page 50. I will be giving out stickers to those scholars who are participating. You can also participate and contribute by making sure you're focusing and not distracting others. Alright, let's see if you can wait 1 moment and we're going to finish this page and you can go and then Marla will be after him. Alright, who can do the I can statement at the top? The I can statement. Go ahead, Gianni.
I can add and subtract decimals. 200.
Great. Underline hundreds or highlight if you have a highlighter on you. As a 5th grader, hundreds is what we're expected to add or subtract to. Alright, now see here, make sure you now get into the folder. Now, they gave us a tip for adding and subtracting decimals. So what's the tip that they're telling us to do? Who can read that one for us loud and proud? Go ahead and read it, Kasai.
Tip for adding and subtracting decimals. When adding or subtracting decimals, always make sure that you line up the decimals.
Alright, we're going to be underlining this part, that you line up the decimals first. That helps you make sure that your place values are correct, the tens, the ones, the tenths, hundreds, thousands. You make sure they're all in the right spot. Alright, so these first 2 problems I'm going to model for us. Before we do it, this one asks me to find the sum. Who can tell me what's the definition of a sum? What is the sum, Donna? The answer to what? What kind of problem is the answer to? Look closely at the problem we're about to do. You can choose adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. To what? Adding. Great, can get a sticker. So sum is the answer to an addition problem. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this. I have 23 and 7/10 plus 13 and 25 hundredths. So I'm going to put a 0 to even out my digits. Then I'm going to add them up. So 0 plus 5 is 5 hundredths. 7 plus 2 is 9/10. 3 plus 3 is 6 ones. 2 plus 1 is 3/10. Who can read this number using the correct place value? How do I say that number? Alright, let's go, Kiraya. Thousands, 95 what? Alright, 36 and 95 hundredths is what she said. Alright, now let's go down to the next one. Who can tell me, what does it mean when it says difference? What is difference? Jocelyn?
Subtraction.
What about subtraction?
You do
The sum was the answer to an addition problem. So what is difference?
the answer to subtraction.
Great, come get a sticker. It's the answer to a subtraction problem. So, once again, I don't have enough, it's not evened out, so I'll put a 0. So now I have 25 and 40 hundredths minus 16 and 54 hundredths. Oh man, I have 0 minus 4. I see so many 5th graders, they just do this. Like, oh, it's 4. No, you can't do that. So we're subtracting 0 minus 4, but I can't do this. I'm going to borrow. So this is a model problem. I cross out the 4. This becomes a 3, so 3/10. This 0 becomes 10. So 10 hundredths minus 4 is 6 hundredths. 3 minus 5, I can't do that. I'm going to borrow again. This becomes 4. This is 13. 13 minus 5 is 8/10. 4 minus 6. Last time I'm going to borrow. This becomes 1. This becomes 14. 14 minus 6 is 8 ones. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, who can say this last number using the correct place value? How do I say it? Maya.
8 and 8600.
Good, come here, sticker. 8 and 86 hundredths. That's exactly how you say it. So right now we're going to practice this. This next problem. Don't solve it yet. All I need you to do is write down this problem into your lines. I'm going to have someone called up randomly to show us if they did it correctly or not. So just take 10 seconds, write this problem as if you're about to solve it, but don't actually solve it. Five more seconds. I'm going to call on someone randomly to see if they did it right or not. Alright, let's see who's going to pick. Naomi, come show us. Let's see if you wrote it up correctly. And then if you agree with her, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down so I can see. Alright, let's actually put our numbers. If you agree, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down. Alright, see a bunch of thumbs up. Alright, let me see here and then come to the sticker. Alright, I'm going to put this here. Now, you're going to go ahead and solve it. As soon as you solve it, give me a thumbs up so I can give you a check to see if you're on target. Yep. About 10 more seconds, so any last people try to get to you. 8 plus 7 minutes. There you go. So the one's up here. And what is this? A marker?
This is 6.
Alright. Who can say this number? We're going to see if they agree with the number that they say. Jalen, what number did you get? Say it for us.
2, 1, 6, and 5.
Alright, if you agree with that, thumbs up. Disagree, thumbs down. Great, hands down. Now who can say this using place value? How do I say this number, Adrian?
21 and 6,500.
There's a decimal right
Oh,
there.
216 and 500.
And 5 what?
Thousands.
5 what?
Hundreds. Tens.
Alright, try one more time, Adrian.
216 and 5 tens.
Alright, good job. So, LMU, the next one, don't write this yet. I want you guys to tell me or think about first. If I do this, first think about it. Did I write that correctly? Think in your head? Or did I write that wrong? Do you have an idea if I wrote it correctly or wrong? Just give me a thumbs up if you have an idea. Alright, hands down. I'm going to have you guys just for about 30 seconds. Don't do it yet. You're going to turn and share with your partner or with your triangle about if I did this right or wrong and why. How I should fix it if I did it wrong, if I did it right. So go ahead and turn and talk to your neighbors. 30 seconds.
You can't subtract. Simply 0 right here. That's still supposed to be
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. your partner Marlo?
That you have to flip it around because it's subtraction and 1700 can't subtract. You can't subtract 36 and 30 hundredths, 36 and 3 cents from 18 and 1700 because that 36 and 3 cents is a bigger number. So you, the way you did it is like, because you have to flip it in subtraction.
Okay. So they're saying I have to flip it, but the reason is because I can't subtract the smaller number and the bigger number. When you guys get to 7th and 8th grade, you can subtract this, it'll just be some negative number. So it's not quite the reason. I do have to flip it, but why do I have to flip it? Look closely at the problem that we had. Why do I have to flip it? Now see it?
Because the bigger number can't subtract the
Oh, Naomi.
Because you have to write it exactly from the problem.
I have to write it exactly as a problem. If you agree, you can do some snaps. If you agree, Naomi, so I can see who agrees. Alright, good job. Alright, good stuff. So now we're going to write the problem. So we're going to do 18, we're going to do 36 up top because that was the first number. Subtraction, you can't just switch them. You have to do it the exact way it's written. Addition, you can switch, but subtraction, you can't, or you'll get the wrong answer. Now you're going to go ahead and subtract it. When you have your answer, give me a thumbs up. About 10 more seconds to subtract it. Alright, 5, 4, sorry. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go back to you. Alrighty. So I'm going to call on a random scholar. They're going to tell us their answer. And again, see what they got, agree or disagree with them. So this person. I'm going to have Daniela. What'd you get, Daniela?
18 and 1300.
You agree? Thumbs up. Disagree? Thumbs down. Alright, hands down. Good job, Danielle. Let's give her 2 claps on 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, come get a sticker. Now, for this one, you're going to solve both of these problems on your own. Both of them by yourself. You're not talking to your neighbor. You're not chatting about your day. Just solve these problems. You guys have only 1 minute. I put the timer on. Both of them. Let's see to solve these 2 problems first before we go. And then you go. Solve both of them. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and share some people's work. So we're going to look at these scholars and we're going to see if we agree or if we disagree with their work. So for the first problem, we have to find the sum. Let's look at this person's work. Now, if you agree, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down. Alright, Nathan, why do you disagree? What do you disagree with? Oh, so this should be a 5 because 1 and 9 make 10, 10 and 5 make 15. Alright. So let's see here, Nathan, come get a sticker. And this scholar who I took from, come get a sticker. Donna, come get a sticker. Alright, now the next person. We're going to look at their work for the second one, finding the difference. So look at this person's work. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's see here. Why do you disagree, Mackenzie?
I disagree because 2 minus 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is
3 minus 2 is 1. So, LMU, these really small mistakes are causing you to miss the whole entire problem. In ELA, you guys can have like a little mistake with spelling, but like you get the general idea, it's fine. But in math, if you miss one number, your whole problem is wrong. So be careful, because you guys know how to do these problems, but you're making tiny mistakes sometimes, not all the time. So right now, let's see, Mackenzie can get a sticker. And then this scholar's notebook, come get a sticker. And then the last person's notebook, we're just going to look at what they did, and you're going to see if you agree or disagree with both of their problems. Not just one of them, but both of them. If you agree, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down. I see a bunch of thumbs up. Great. Hands down. So Esteban, good job. Come up and get your sticker for getting both of these correct. If you also got both of them correct, give yourself a pat on the back if you got both of them correct. Good. Thank you. Alright, LMU, turn your notebooks to the sticker page and then sit and slant. Sticker page to the slant. 10, 9, 8, hurry up, Nasir, needs the bathroom, 7, 6. Oh, you already went, Nasir? No, Nasir, go there. 5, 4, yes, Amaya, you may. I have paper towels, so I'll get them for you, okay? 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So while I'm getting Amaya some paper towels, who can finish this thought? So when adding and subtracting decimals, make sure that you ... What do you need to make sure that you do? Kasai?
Adding and subtracting decimals, make sure that you
Make sure that you what?
put the decimal where the other ones are.
Make sure that you line up your decimals, exactly. So anytime you're adding and subtracting, put your decimals, line them up, and from there you guys should be able to get better accuracy for adding and subtracting them. So right now, in your books, 10 to page 98, we're going to apply this to some other strategies, give and take, and the constant difference strategy. Get there, 10, 9, 8, hurry up, 7, 6, we're going to get there, 5, 4, 3, up there. Jayla, need to get there. Page 98. It'll be one back tomorrow. Correct, one. Go look on the shelves. There's a few left, so go double check. We have a line, okay? So much fun. All right, LMU. I'll let you know. Right now, this right here is our give and take strategy for addition. So that means that from one number, I'll try to go. You're going to add, and the other number you're going to take from. So they show this example with number line. Our original problem is, let's see, 999 plus 457. We're also straight. And they saw that 999 was close to what number, Adrian? What number was it close to? 1,000. So they added one more to get to 1,000, and they took away one, and they got to 456. On the number line, it shows we add one more to get to 1,000, and that means that we only have 456 left to go all the way. So what's my final answer? When I add the, raise your hand. What's my final answer? Jocelyn?
1,456.
Good. So now the give and take strategy, let's look at these problems. You have this problem 4 different times. Who can say this problem for me? Or a sticker, you can correct place value. How do I say this problem? Looking at people's stickers. Alright. How do I say it, Kiraya? Plus. Alright, for those who couldn't quite hear, she said 4 and 7 800s plus 2 and 39 hundredths. So right now, the give and take strategy is used in 4 different ways. You're going to solve each of these ways, and after you're done solving them, ask yourself, Adrian, which of these ways is the easiest or the most efficient? So go ahead, take about 30 seconds to solve these 4 problems. They all use the give and take different ways. 30 seconds, go. Yep, just these ones that I will practice around. About 5 more seconds. Which one's the easiest to do? This one, why is this one the easiest? This has 1 0. I'll use this time. Alright, you bring it back. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Alright, thank you, Danielle, for your eyes. Thank you, Esteban, for yours. Sorry, eyes up here. So right now, these problems, who can tell us the answer? It should be the same answer for all 4 of them. What answer did you get, Nathan?
7 and 1700.
Great. Now, LMU. The question I asked them to put back up on the board is, between these 4 problems, which of these is the most efficient or the easiest to solve, and why though? So you're going to turn and talk to your neighbors and come up with the same answer. You guys can have different ones. Come up with the same 1 or 2 problems, experience with your neighbors? Which one's the easiest? Go. Five, four, three, two, one, zero. Alright, on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Alright, so which group or partners want to share which one they came up with and why? Alright, Dana, on your group, what did you guys discuss?
We discussed that the five holes plus 2 and 1700s is the easiest.
Why?
Right, guys? It's the easiest because it has 2 zeros.
Alright, now
Zeros
those.
do nothing in a addition problem.
Alright. And the other groups come up with a different number that might be the easiest, and why was that? Alright, Amaya, your group, what did you guys come up with?
Me and my partner came up with the 4 holes and 1700 and 3 holes because it was easier because the zeros are alphabetical. So I got did you bring the top number down?
So both groups are choosing the ones with the zeros. If you also agree, thumbs up. Do you those, one of those two, or both of them? You just agree, thumbs down. Good, hands down. So these ones could be easy, but the more zeros you have, the easier it is to add them up. You don't have to regroup. There's less chance for making a mistake. So we're going to take the same idea and look at the constant difference strategy. So remember, this strategy is only for subtraction, and that's this problem, 921 minus 496. We want to change the second number. What did they change the second number to? What did they change it to? What did they do? Nathan? To 500. So they added 40 to 500. It's constant difference, so you add both of them with 4 and you get this new problem. Mackenzie, what's the answer to this new problem? Alright, 425. Same answer to this one, but this would require a lot more borrowing if we did that. So it would be, oh, gotta borrow, we have 5, oh, gotta borrow again. 2, 4. That's a lot of borrowing when we can just add 4 and just subtract. So right now, these two problems down here, you're gonna have 30 seconds to solve them, subtract them, and ask yourself again, which of these two seems easier and why is it easier? So go ahead, 30 seconds, subtract both of those.
My opinion is not.
Why is that? Alright, that was the timer. So let's bring it back. This time I'm going to have one person tell me the answer and tell me the answer and why, or which one's easier and why is it easier. Alright, let's go ahead and give me my remote, Christopher.
That one was either the first.
Okay, what was the answer first?
4,900.
Alright, and then why was that one easier?
Because you can easily bring down the 89.
We can easily bring down the 8 and 9. This one, what do I have to do in this problem? What do I have to do in this one? Naomi?
You have to keep on borrowing zeros if you got it.
Exactly, there's a lot of brown, a lot of zeros that makes room for more mistakes. So we gotta do this one right here. So I'll give you 2 stickers in one moment. So right now, LME, this is the last part of our class. We're going to go to page 99. And sitting slant, it's just right next to the 543. Sitting slant, page 99. Some people close their books, open it back up. 2, 1. You gotta wait, it's gonna be a 0 next page. 0. Alright, before we move on. Now, when do I use the give and take strategy? When do I use the give and take strategy? Carol? For addition problems to make them easier. Now, when do I use constant difference strategy? When do I use that one? Danielle? Subtraction problems to make them what? Danielle? To make them easier. So keep that in mind as we go through our problems today. So Gerald, Danielle, come up and let's more to give. So right now, on page 99, you're going to number these problems. Problem number 1, problem number 2, problem number 3. And then you're going to skip down to the bottom part and you're going to title or label them 4, 5, and 6. So I'll go back. This is problem 1, 2, and 3. And then this is problems 4, 5, and 6. After Jonah, it's Rachel. Alright, LMU, before we start this page, I'm going to give you guys one example so you guys can use it to help you solve these problems. So right here, give and take strategy. I want to change one of these to an easier number. So how much am I going to add to one of these to get to an easier number? Mackenzie?
You can add 1, 2, 4.
Great, and we subtract 24. And Mackenzie, what do we get? You should be writing this down in your book.
You have 4 and 1,400.
Then we add it up, and you can tell me the final answer once we add those up. Rachel?
9,400.
9 and how much?
Wait. 9 is 4,400. Wait, no. 9,14.
9 and 14. Write this example down so you guys can use it to solve these. On all these problems, you're expected to do the give and take strategy. So I don't want to see people just adding them straight up. You're going to add, take away, you decide. Now, this one down here, constant difference. I want to change the bottom number, our second number. So what should I change 1 and 9/900ths to? What should that become, Andrea? 2. And Andrew, how much am I going to add to get to the 2? Thank you. 100. Constant difference. We add or subtract the same amount. We keep them constant. So, Andrew, what does this become then?
That becomes 13 and 300.
Great, and I subtract. And who can tell me if I subtract these, what's my final answer if I subtract them? Stand up and down. Adrian?
11 and 300.
Good. For these problems, 4, 5, and 6, I need to see this constant difference strategy. LMU, use these strategies I will be giving stickers out to those who are using them and staying on task. And also, I will be going around and doing 3 laps. So really quick, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
So for here, gentlemen in the back, my first lap, I'm going to check to see who's actually on task, who's starting their problems. The second time I go around, I'm going to check for problem number 1 to see who's using this strategy.
She trying to poke me. He trying to poke me.
You poke me in the leg.
Hold up, there should be no poking at all. Because you use your pencil, use your fingers, and keep it to yourself, not on each other. So stop it. And then the third lap is going to be for problem number 4 down here. So you guys will only have 10 minutes to do these 6 problems. If you finish early, you have these problems that you haven't done yet. That should take up your whole time because you're using this strategy. I don't want to see anyone just adding or subtracting without this strategy. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
I was after it.
We're going to see, because I might have to write some other passages. You guys can go at the same time. If it's an emergency. There's a lot of you guys have to go. We only have 1 bathroom pass, and only 1 classroom. That's fine. Alright, maybe on computer. You just add and subtract. Just here, and then you can add Alright, I'm going to be going around checking for problem number 1. So, I want to change one of these items to the
take away 1 from 6, that was 5.
This is independent work, so people who are talking, voice should be out. Alright, I've seen a lot of people struggling with the first one. Some people have it. So really quick, this one. So I'm gonna have, let's see here. Alright, Daniela, tell us what did you do for this first problem?
So what I did is, so 75 and 6 tenths, I minus 0 and 5.
Alright, and then you did what? Added how much? The same amount? And what did you get?
I did, what I did is 0.0 and 100.
It should be 1/10 because there's a tenth place. Alright, and so then what did you end up getting to?
And I got,
What new problems did you get? What new numbers?
so what I got is, so 75 and 5 tenths
Yep, 75 and 5/10 plus what?
plus 30.
Alright, so she got 75 and 5 go around plus 30 and 0 hundredths. So the final answer, Danielle, that you got was what?
It's 105 and 5 tenths.
5/10. Alright. So right now, LMU, we want to make sure that we are focusing on I'm going to check for the last lap for the constant difference, problem number 4. If you haven't done problem number 4 yet, just skip down to problem number 4 and try it right now. So try number 4 right now. I'm not a lot of sense when you pick up. Wait. Bill, if you guys need work, you'll distract us from the restroom. Alright, so I see Mackenzie doing number 4 really well. So Mackenzie, tell us, how did you use constant difference for number 4? Mackenzie, what did you do?
So, added 11 hundredths to 7 and 78 hundredths.
And what is your new problem that you got?
4 and 81. Oh wait. 7 is 89. I added 1160 and 89 hundredths. And I got 3.
Alright, and then Mackenzie, what was your final answer?
4 and 89.
Alright, 4 and 89 hundredths. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and clean up before you guys can take it. Don't take your extra ticket out, leave it in the folder, but you're gonna stack your books, you're gonna put your notebooks away. The first 3 tables all cleaned up, we get 100 scholar dollars. The first 3 tables, only the first 3. Stack your books. Stack your books, got library, stack them. Everyone needs to be sitting in slant, sitting up straight, smile on their face. I have 2 tables that are 100%. Marla, sit inside. Alright. So when I highlight your table will start on your exit ticket. We're at rest, we're not talking to our neighbors for the entire 5 minutes. Voices should be off. calendar when you're done. Are you sure you said the books? Maya, make sure your book gets put away. Still waiting on just one more scholar to finish their certificate. You're returning to scholar hour. We're gonna end early $100 with blessing the line. If you decide to play around, if your shirts are untucked, if your eyes aren't bored, I'm $3. I might take away your $100 instead. So first table, Johnson Hall. All right, wine guard center, stand up, put your chairs in. Line up. Get your towels down. You guys sit down here. All right, North Hall, stand up, put your chairs in. Line up. Paxton Field, stand up, put your chairs in. Eyes are forward, chairs are tucked in. Library, stand up, put your chairs in, line up.